Just 2 days before the election, President Trump invented a poll that says that he has a lot of support in the African American community. Now, this is hilarious because, as I said before, it's not a real poll. But first, let me go and reference this. In a tweet, he said, "New Fox poll shows a 40% approval rating by African Americans for President Trump. A record for Republicans. Thank you. A great honor." 40% approval rating among African Americans. Wow, that's really high. I mean, great job. Great job. Except that, no, it's actually not true. Apparently, there is no such poll, not even from Fox News. Now, let me show you an actual Fox News poll released last month, actually. It showed 29% approval of the president among all non-white registered voters. So this includes not just African Americans, but Latinos, Asians, etc. Right? So that's 29% among all of them. Not 40% among African Americans. And actually among among all registered voters, he has about 47%. Now look, is that higher than normal? It actually is a little bit higher than normal for Donald Trump, which is fascinating. I mean, look, he could go and run on economic issues like, hey, the economy is actually doing great. Now, I guess on the surface, if you don't understand anything about the economy, you can say, oh, yeah, look, it's doing great. Unemployment's at 4%. It's really, really low. Then again, you got to look at job quality. You got to look at wages versus inflation. And when you start to look at all those other individual factors, you realize the economy is actually kind of shit. But, you know, that's not a surprise. It's been shit for a while. It's been shit under Republicans, and it's been shit under Democrats because we haven't really addressed the real issues underlying the economy. Stagnant wages, right? The cost of living continue to go up, inflation, etc. But anyway, that would explain that he's got higher poll numbers among the general electorate. But among the African American community, not even close. Now, there is some basis for this, though. He didn't just completely make it up out of thin air, although it's fairly close, right? The Washington Post pointed out the president might have been referring to a daily tracking poll performed by none other than right-leaning Rasmussen. Now, according to an October 29th report from Rasmussen, showed 40% approval for Trump among black voters. But here's the thing, right? So Rasmussen is right-leaning, and they oversample Republicans. They oversample conservatives. So that 40% could be, you know, they talk to like a group of 10 people, 10 black people, and 4 out of 10 are like, oh yeah, Trump's doing great. You really got to look at the methodology of those polls, right? Now, according to Fox News, which is weird that they talked to a Fox News person, a spokesperson, but apparently he told Talking Points Memo that, yes, Trump is referencing a Rasmussen poll. Now, look, Rasmussen has been very consistent on this. Back in August, they had a 36%, a poll that said 36% of black voters supported President Trump. But at the same time, it's like, look, here's the thing. That is a statistical outlier, right? Rasmussen, again, is a right-wing polling agency. And what they do is they oversample Republicans, right? Now, there is a flaw in their methodology. They stick out, but polls done by other polling firms that have interviewed far more African Americans all showed that black approval rating is actually far lower than 36%. It is somewhere between 6% and like 13%. So not very good among African American voters. So nonetheless, Trump hears that. Here's Fox News talk about Rasmussen and goes, it's a Fox News poll. I'm popular among African Americans. Wow. Look, I shouldn't be surprised that he's basically making shit up. But I'm honestly, I don't know. I shouldn't be surprised, I guess. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.